All right. So when you will click on create a workflow, you will reach an empty screen. Okay. At the first step, the first step is your trigger, how you will start engaging with the agent. So how you will start engaging? You will click on chat message because you want to chat with the user. And that is it. We are not going to do anything further in this step. But this chat is like a Bluetooth speaker, which is not paired with a device, which is the brain, which is going to stream the music. So you need that device also. What we will do is we will give it a brain. So if I click on plus, and this is all drag and drop. You can use two fingers to scroll, zoom in, zoom out, and uh, again two fingers to move this around. So if I click on plus, there are multiple options. You can add different flow. You can add some data transformation. You can add some action, and it is all filled with different types of things. A ton of integrations available. See, even task managers like Asana are, present over here. So I'll go back and again, I'll click on AI. This is the brain that I'm going to give it. There are different types of AIs available. Text classifier, sentiment analysis, whether this is, positive, this is negative, and all those things. But I click on AI agent. Now, this is the most important thing for us. First, what will our AI agent do? Let's name it as career advisor. Why am I naming it? LLMs understand text. So if you have 10 agents, you have to give them names. Uh, we all have names in this Zoom call. We do not have each as our, representation as humans, 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 humans. We are not doing that. We are naming ourselves, right? So agents also understand their role based on what name you do give them. Okay. And then there is source for prompt. Source for prompt is whatever chat node that I gave it earlier, that basically is going to be the source of prompt. If you're not understanding it right now, wait till you make it work. Okay. You will immediately get to know what it is doing. So I'm saying that whatever input will be coming from chat, okay, whatever chat will be giving will be going here as an input. So again, I double click. So if you want to open this, settings menu, you just double click over here and you will open this up. Now in the center screen, source for prompt, connected chat trigger node. And then I need a system message. Okay, I will delete it again. There is an options thing. Forget about everything else. Just understand the parts right now, which I'm sharing, and we'll get to them, the remaining ones, after we complete building the flow. The first thing is let's achieve building the flow. So if I go to system message, what is a system message? Okay, you see there is a placeholder here called as you are a helpful assistant. Now you could change this into providing it a role. So I am just making this as role over here as a system message. Okay, let's take a pause. Eyes here, eyes and ears here. When you are creating an agent or hiring an employee, or when you get hired as an employee, you are given a document wherein it defines your roles and responsibilities. And then you can always go back to your senior, your boss, if there is something that is allocated to you, which is beyond your skill set, that, I don't know. This is not my job. Or maybe, I don't know how to do this. Similarly, for an agent, you have to give it a particular role that this is what you are going to do. So I will call this as you are an AI agent called Saras. Okay. Now, what does this agent do? Which can review. Okay. I have the text here with me. I'll just add it just to save time. And I'll also give you on chat. So if I have to make it uh, visible, just a second. All right. So let me just increase the size. Yes. I've given it a role that you are an AI agent called Saras, which can review a resume and provide inputs to the user. Always ask the user to copy paste their resume into chat before you begin any conversation with them. Role is not a keyword. It is just that I'm giving a heading. You can remove that also, but it is always good to write this is going to be a role, right? As a heading. And I've given it some prompts. So the problem with AI is it gets too excited. It hallucinates. If you ask it for X, it will give you XYZ. Okay. So XYZ. Okay. You are a resume reviewer. It'll again become your career advisor, which reviews your resume and then probably, finds what other fields you could also apply into, 10 other skills that you should be adding without you asking that. So I'm telling this is a supervisor agent, which is an advisor. And I've told it your job is to just orchestrate the activities between different agents and just formulate collectively a friendly response back to the user. Think carefully about which specific tool. So we'll have multiple tools attached to this that it will call. All right. But right now, we have not defined which model to be used. Right now, we've just defined this is going to be the role of the brain. Okay. So I'll give you the system message. You can just add it. Everyone in the meeting. And here is the system message. You can just copy paste it for now. And you can modify it as per your liking later on. Okay. Once we have done that, we will go back to the canvas. Now, if I zoom in, you see there are 4 pluses. Out of this, we are going to limit ourselves to the first 3. Let's first look at chat model. Which chat model will we be using? So today, okay, let me just ask if everyone has copy pasted.
Guys, have you guys copy pasted? Yeah, they have. We can
Okay,
move on.
great. So for now, to begin with, we will use Google Gemini. Then I will showcase to you what kind of a difference does OpenAI make with it. Uh, and I have a paid API key, so you will see the difference on that. Okay, but Gemini is highly capable. It will give you mostly all sorts of results. Then there are certain capabilities which are specific to different LLMs. Let's click on Google Gemini. Now it will ask you to choose a credential. Okay, I have one credential link, but let me show you how to link a new credential. Just go to Google and search for Gemini API key. You will find Google AI Studio API key, or you could just search for Google AI Studio API key. When you click on this, I'm sure almost everyone would have a Gmail account. And here is the link. I will also share it with everyone. This is the link. You can open it and you can just click on Create API key. It'll tell you that you can search for you can search for existing Google Cloud projects, or you could create a new one. Uh, I am unable to because I'm limited to one project right now. Okay, but you could just create a new API key. Okay, are you able to create your API key? I won't be sharing my API key with you. I don't want my AI to be trained on multiple things which it should not be. Okay, great.
Yes, they all are
Everyone
done.
has created their API keys. And please bear with me the PJs that I'll be throwing in between the class. You have to click on create new credential over here. The URL will be already filled in. And then you have to paste that API key here. Okay. Parnika has said that she is not able to understand. Parnika, you have to go to Google AI Studio, the URL that I shared. You have to click on create API key, and then it will create an API key which you can copy. Okay. And that API key will be pasted over here when you click on create new credential. So I have one credential, 2 credentials, in fact, already. I'll choose one of them, and that's it. Okay. This is how your Gemini is now connected. So I will go back to the canvas. Okay, and see, you can drag it alongside. And if you double click on it again, it shows that a model is already selected. We will change this model. We will use Flash. Gemini 1.5 Flash because it is kind of available mostly for free. It has, yes, Arib, you can get API keys for free for certain models only. Other than that, it is paid usage. How does paid usage work? How many words you give it? Those are tokens, and that's it. Okay, let me repeat what I did. After creating the API key, you would have this window already opened up. You have to click on create new credential and paste this API key over here. URL would already be present. Okay. Then we will check which model to be used. I will click on Gemini 1.5 Flash. Okay. And then I'll go back to the canvas. Now you can pat your back or you can clap for yourself. You have a brain, which is an LLM, which is, this is your magic box and this is your dictionary or learnings or all of your, books and the knowledge behind it. Now let's click on open chat. Let me type hi. You can see the circles going up and this is green. It's saying, hi there, I'm Saras, your AI resume review assistant. Before I can help you, please copy and paste your resume into our chat. I'll then connect you with the right tools and agents to give you the best possible feedback. Okay, I'll take a pause. How many of you are able to get a response and see this green box over here? If you are not able to get that window, you have to click on a model over here and then click, or you can double click here and click on create new credential, and then you'll get that window. Okay, someone is asking, why am I getting exactly the same response literally? Because again, you have given it exactly the same input literally and the same prompt literally, right? Okay, so you've given it the same prompt, right? It's machine, it's not human and almost same. Tokens are different, but the brain, the LLM which is trained is the same, right? Okay, you are getting a response. That's great. I'm excited now. Now what happens is, uh, if I tell it, hi, my name is Arpan. Okay, eyes on the screen, please. Let's get back. It says, hi, Arpan. Now, if I ask it, what is my name? It forgot, right? It doesn't remember because it has no memory of its own. So click on memory and click on simple memory. And I'm setting the context window length as 25 messages. Okay. And clicking back to canvas. Just take a look at it again. Simple memory. Context window is for how many number of previous messages do you want me to remember the context? For example, if you and I are talking and you were asking a doubt, after two doubts that you ask, I suddenly forget about what you asked, right? So that means my context window was of two messages. Now I've set it to 25 messages. Let's go back. You see this small refresh type icon over here. You have to click on it. It is reset. It creates a new session. Memory erased. I wish it was possible with humans, but it isn't. Okay. So now, hi, my name is Arpan. What is my name? See, it remembers now. Okay. Now, if you have to see what all inputs have gone any point of time, you can double click on the brain. You will see chat messages received, variables and context. Everything is present over here. And the output and the input, if I click on simple memory, see, it has all the memory. You won't understand what are these variables and anything right now, but you'll see uh, system message that it is getting every time, the input that it got, and the output that it is giving on the right-hand side. You have different ways of looking at the output and input, schema, table, and JSON. So you can look at that also. Okay. All right. Now let's go back. Have we all established? Okay. What is the error that you are getting? The resource you are requesting could not be found. I think you will have to check if your Gemini API key is correctly pasted. Otherwise, it won't work. And if you have selected, okay, some people might have missed out on this. You have to select 1.5 flash. You have to select 1.5 flash over here. We are using flash. Okay. All right. Now we need to add a tool. So as a tool, there can be multiple tools. There can be, let me click on plus over here. I'll close the chat for now. Let me click on plus over here. There can be multiple tools. You can see literally, I guess, tens and tens of integrations, right from Google Docs to Microsoft OneDrive, to Notion, to even NPM, and tons of other things which you can integrate with and read through. Even a calculator is present. Okay. So I think it's worked for Jia. Congratulations. So what we are going to use is right now another agent, but we don't have another agent. All right. Let's create another agent. Don't forget to click save. I have clicked save. Okay. It is saved now. Now let's open at another workflow. Let's go back to overview and create another one. And I will rename it as resume reviewer agent. Now this is a practice for you. Okay. The first step, it can't be chat. This is a separate agent which is going to receive input from another agent and review our resume. Okay. So these are two agents talking to each other. It is more like having someone who is the face of the company or having a customer support, which is talking to the user, listening to everything good and bad that the user has to say. But the product improvements are being done by the tech team or the product team, right? So this is an internal agent which is not talking to the outside world. It is going to talk to your supervisor, career advisor. Okay. So how will it get triggered? Obviously, it will get triggered when it is executed by another workflow, which is our supervisor workflow. So I'll click on it. And when I say it is going to be executed by another workflow, I can say that, response, the input that will be coming in or whatever query that it will be getting for it could be in a particular set of fields. For example, I can add a field, I can add another field. But for now, for the sake of making this, thinking that the agent is intelligent, I will select accept all data. Okay. You have to click on accept all data. All right. I have closed this. Now, this workflow is receiving certain data. Not yet, but will receive. Next, what I want to give it is its own brain. Okay. So how will its own brain work? In a similar manner, I will select AI, then I will select AI agent and connected chat trigger node, or maybe, when executed by another, this cannot work, right? Basically, there is no chat trigger node connected. Let me go back. Is there any chat trigger node connected over here? No. It is getting input and we have selected in this input accept all data. We don't know what kind of data will be coming in. Okay. So I will double click on this. I will define what kind of data will it be getting. So for that, I have created another role context wherein I'm telling it that you are a resume reviewer, conversational agent. You answer questions from resume sent to you and also make suggestions to the user to the points mentioned in the resume. Do not assume anything. You always have to tell the user user, not user, but AI agent that do not assume anything. There is more ways of giving some additional information. I'm telling it, what does the resume reviewer do in general from our understanding? Analyze the points in the user's resume by telling that if they have provided any useless points, if they have provided any points which does not mention impact or what was the importance, and the most important thing, the basic mistake that people do, grammatical errors. We do grammatical errors because we probably do not understand the correct grammar. Fortunately, the agent does. So we can tell it that please correct my grammar. Okay. Abhinav is saying I didn't understand. All right. Till then, I will just copy paste my prompt and I'll come back again. All right. Here is this prompt for those of you who understood. For those of you who didn't, we are
I
creating
think they're
a
confused
junior
with the
teammate.
part where how you can just run us through how you are able to, connect the other one to this one.
We will get to that. We've not connected yet. We have not
Okay,
connected
okay,
yet. Okay.
right.
So anyone who is thinking about that we are confused that we did not connect the other agent, we are first hiring an agent, a teammate. Then we will allocate a manager. So we've not allocated a manager yet, right? We've not allocated under whom you will be working. We've hired that teammate. So for hiring that teammate, the first thing that is the trigger, the first plus that you click on, you have to say that it will be governed by another workflow, which is going to be my supervisor agent or the career advisor agent. Then I have created another agent which is the brain for this. After that input comes in, something has to go in the brain, right? On what it will work on. So I created another AI agent and I've told it that the other one is your supervisor. You are the one who is going to read the resume. You are the one who is going to understand and tell the user what are the good points, what are the bad points. And I've given that prompt. So if you go to my chat and I'll paste the prompt again, here is the prompt. You just have to paste it over here. Okay. And if you read through the prompt, you will understand you are a resume reviewer conversational agent, not a career advisor. Career advisor was the other one. Career advisor was the team lead. This is a resume reviewer, one of the juniors of career advisor. But I've not yet created the connection between them. Okay. One final time, I have created this trigger. Okay. So when I added another trigger, I clicked on this when executed by another workflow. Then I added this AI agent. Okay. And I then added a prompt over here instead of using connected chat trigger node because there is no chat trigger node. Okay. I have defined this below the system prompt. Now the chat model will remain the same. We will use Gemini and we will use Flash because it's free. And we will close this. Now this is connected. Does this need to have a memory? No. For a resume reviewer, every resume that comes in is a fresh resume, and the agent will have the memory, but not this one. Okay. So agent has a memory, but not this one. All right. So we are done with this. Let's save this and let's allocate this agent to the manager. Let's go back to the overview. And this was my workflow 2. I need to assign a tool. This tool is going to be a junior teammate. Let's look at the tool. There is the first option, which is like call N8N workflow. I click on it. There is an option from list. And what was the name of that? This was resume reviewer. Okay. Let me just confirm what name I gave because there were a lot of them. This was my resume reviewer. Okay. Okay, for those who are lagging a little behind, I will give 2 more minutes. And in case you have any questions, so you can ask me till then.
Do you guys have any questions till now? We have a question. Should we use the same Gemini API key for this one also?
Yes, perfect. Thank you for asking that. You need to use the same Gemini API key. Consider that that dictionary or Gemini responds to every query separately. That is why you have memory over here. That is a common function or a common brain that does not remember anything beyond the time. It is Gajini. It doesn't remember beyond a particular point in time, right? Beyond that, you are providing it a simple memory. Okay. The first agent name is Career Advisor. Okay. I'll just give you a review of everything quickly. We first created a supervisor teammate, a manager, which is working on chat. Now, when we renamed it to Career Advisor, we gave it a system prompt role wherein I told it that you are an AI agent called Saras AI, and you provide inputs to the user and ask whatever questions are asked by the user. You give it a response and do not hallucinate. Think carefully. Okay. Now, when I go back, I added a model to it because this AI manager needs learnings, experience. That is where Gemini came in. So I created an API key. I chose the model as Flash. Then I closed it. Then I added memory so that it doesn't forget my last 25 messages. So when I added memory, I chose the context window length as 25. And then finally, I went back. I created that junior teammate who will actually do the hard work of reading through every resume. So I called it as resume reviewer. But that resume reviewer agent or junior teammate is not exactly talking to the user in chat. It is talking to the supervisor, and supervisor is communicating with the user. Supervisor is deciding what is right, what is wrong based on the input of this. So when I've taken this trigger as when executed by another workflow, then again it needs its own brain. So I gave it an AI agent brain and told it that you are a resume reviewer conversational agent and you answer questions and analyze based on these points, wherein in case the user has added anything useless or anything. Okay. You can keep changing both the models. I'm just keeping it same right now. So it's fine. Okay. You can use OpenAI for one. So different agents could have different purposes. One could be resume reviewer, one could be job finder, and we'll look at that in the future. Right now, basically, in this session, wherein we are using two different things. Okay. And that's it. I've not given it any tool, any memory, or anything. Now let's go to our original agent. Oops, I clicked on resume reviewer again. I'll go to my workflow. Okay, time to begin chatting. Do you all have your resume ready? You can use the one only. Victor, you can definitely use one only. This is where we are showcasing how we can divide each and every job amongst multiple agents. See, you can add as many tools as you want over here, right? So if you add as many tools, you can create multiple teammates with different purposes because each AI agent needs to be specific. If you tell the same AI agent to search for the job also, uh, but then your prompt gets longer and longer, and the agent will start confusing. So it is better to divide your task into smaller parts and create one agent for each, and then a supervisor or maybe a network of agents which are collectively able to process what you want to achieve. Okay, there were a couple of questions more, which I will. If you don't have your resume right now, you can just go to Google and search for a dummy resume. Okay, that is also fine. That works, and you can download a PDF. Okay. Part says I'm using NA10 for the first time and is practicing LangGraph to make projects in general. Can we say NA10 is the TensorFlow playground? Not exactly, but it is a playground for as many models as you want to link to it. Okay, time to chat. Let's type in, let's create a new session. Because we have limited time. All right. It says, can you copy paste your resume? Let me copy paste the resume. So I have a student's resume. which I am going to copy and paste over here in chat. Now you will look at the green lines. What happens after this? Okay. I've received your resume. To best help you, I'd like to understand what you'd like me to do with it. Review my resume. Okay. So you can see that it says I'll review your resume, but again, it is saying that what do you want me to review it on? Find grammatical mistakes. Okay. Now, if you see correctly, it is not going to the resume reviewer workflow tool. This line is not getting highlighted. Okay. So let's see why is it not getting highlighted. If I open this and if I expand on this, I've not mentioned that it needs to be using any tool or anything. I've not told about it. I've just connected. Okay. Let's fix that. So if I go to that particular role, I have added certain more context. All right. Oops. Okay. I have added do not do your own research again. Use the resume reviewer tool to review and query the resume. You can't answer any question without the user's resume. I'll also copy paste it over here. Okay, everyone in the meeting, and this is the additional context. You will understand once you take a look at it. All right, I pasted that. Now I need to rename this also. I will call it as I've not told it. This is just NA10 workflow tool, right? Resume reviewer agent. And I also need to give it some prompt. What is the description? What does this teammate do? You can select all the text from the PDF in the resume and just paste it in text. Right now, for that much, it will work. And I've selected resume reviewer already, so it will work. Okay. I've renamed it. And when I go back to Canvas, I will start a new session. And I will do hi. Okay. Now I will copy paste my resume. See, the resume reviewer agent worked, right? It automatically understood because I had told it that you need to ask the resume reviewer agent. Okay. So if you see, now it went back to the agent. And if I expand on the chat, areas for improvements, strengths, etc., 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 everything is present over here. So if you've reached here, you can pat yourselves again on the back. And if you've not, tell me where you are stuck, and I'll take 2 more minutes before I move on to the expanded version of this using OpenAI. And then we'll look at the one example wherein we have coded it also.